Well, hello and welcome to IRL GT4 round 12. It's the season finale and we're at Red Bull Ring. And not the short track this time, but the actual track. So hopefully it'll be a good one. There's only two drivers left to fight for the championship, and that is Jack and Jeremy that we're looking at right now. And I'm not exactly sure how much is separating them, but I will have a look at it right now. And between first and second it's 20 points, and those two are the only two drivers actually fighting, so it's gonna be interesting to see who actually ends up running away with it today. I will, however, I would have put my money on Jeremy, as he's leading by 20, which means that Jack can't actually control this. He can go for the win, but he will also need Jeremy to do pretty poorly, which I do not see happening today, so it's gonna be interesting to see. We are still waiting on some people, I believe. So we have nobody out on the track now, just waiting for... I'm not actually completely sure who we're waiting for or what we're waiting on, but it's something. And you can see here the GTR of Jeremy Pope. Then we have a look at Jared Fosbury in his Ferrari, which he's done. He seemed way more on pace since he switched to that, so yeah, we know you're there. Then you have Jorge Correa, struggled for big portions of the season, but also shown glimpses of what he can do, so maybe he can have one last good one today. Then you have Jack, the championship contender, the guy going into the season everyone was looking at to challenge Jeremy. And to be fair, he might be 20 points behind Jeremy, but he has done exactly what people were expecting. He has challenged Jeremy, he's looked quicker in a lot of the races, but it still looks like it will be Jeremy who wins the championship this season too. Then you have Andre Pastana, who is Jorge's teammate. Same as Jorge, struggled in the openings of the season, managed to pull himself a little together in the later part of the season, had a brilliant race at the Northern Isle Speedway, continued from there to be on pace with the midfield runners and challenging on a few tracks, so it could be interesting to see what he can do here today. Then there Chase and Nicholas, which I don't know who are, so not actually sure if this is just a random person or not. And I guess it was. Then you have Rob Small, who's, well, he's struggled for a big amount of the season, but he's gotten it a little together in the last part of the season, getting a few podiums, and, well, really helped Jeremy on their way to winning the Constructors title, which they've already won. And that seems to be the grade so far. As we're still waiting. Looks like we're finally going. I'll believe it when I see it though. Revving his engine as the quality will start in just a few seconds now. And into quali we go, and we are finally going to get underway then. And you can see Jeremy going straight out on track, and we are gonna keep our eyes on him for the moment then. It is interesting to think about that Jeremy he's not really won this by being quicker than everybody. He's done it by being the by far most consistent. Although I will say that he does have 3 wins and 3 pole positions, but he does not have one fastest lap this season, so Jack, on the other hand, the driver in 2nd position, has been able to capture 7 fastest laps, so he has pretty much been up there as one of the fastest drivers, as the fastest driver in, well, a few races you can say. But obviously, Jorge Correa though, brilliant driver. And I am pretty sure that you're watching. As Jeremy coming into the last corner now, about to start his lap. And we're going. And into the first corner, clipping the inside curb a little, using the outside. It's like a fairly decent line in the first corner. Then that long run into turn 2, the hairpin, hard braking zone. Taking a bit too much curve there, I think. Unsettled the car a little, so that might have lost him a little. As he's now coming down to turn 3, another hard braking zone. Another overtaking possibility for that matter. As you can see, not being too aggressive on the curbs in this corner. Then we're coming up to the fast left-handers. It looks pretty good from Jeremy so far. It hasn't been many mistakes. It was that little one in turn 2, but except for that, the lap seems like it's gonna be a good one. Going into the last corner now. He will be sitting at 37.4, and that is the first lap. Then we have Jared Fosbury. He will be sitting at 37, 38, 39. So well off the pace at the moment. Then what about Andre? Then we have Rob. Also done a mistake. Same with Jack. What about Jorge out in the gravel? Well, I think it's safe to say that he's done something he shouldn't. Although it looks like he's still on his outlap, so he might have just actually let some drivers past. And then with the Portuguese riding again. Well, I see PTRL in there, so I'm just gonna assume you're saying go PTRL or something like that. Yo. Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying there either, but some support for the Portuguese drivers is what I'm gonna guess. Yes, we have Jack here, and he's not on the lap. He can't be. Andre Pastana is not on lap either, I believe. He might be starting one though. Well, we're gonna have a look at Jorge as he has just started his lap out of turn 1. As we see that Rob Small has done a 39.9, so he's a bit off pace right now. Jorge into the second corner, the hairpin doesn't take the curve. Looks like a nice and tidy exit there. Coming into turn 3. Left-handers, what can he do in his NSX? Jorge Correa into the second to last corner now. Might have looked a little cautious there into the last corner. Will it be a decent lap? It's gonna be a 39.40. It's gonna be a 40.4 by Jorge so far then. What about Jack? I think he should be on a lap 2 as he's in the last corner. Pushing quite a lot there. Doing a 36.4, and it's a second quicker than Jeremy right now, so it certainly looks like Jeremy will have his hands full today fending off Jack. Fosbury in a lap, so let's follow him then. As he's 4 thousandths down on his time before the hairpin. Obviously his lap didn't seem like he was on pace with the top runners, so there should probably be a lot to go on here for Fosbury as he's coming into turn 3. As we see that Andre is outside in the gravel to leave some space. Oh, you know who this Mong is, Marshall. But you know that this Mong missed something though. Oh, as Jared is now 7 tenths up on his time, so he's got to have made a mistake in that second sector on his previous lap. But going into the last 2 corners now, what will he be able to do? Can he challenge Jeremy and Jack? Hopefully he should be able to challenge Andre at least. Although the gap up to Andre is 1.6 seconds, but is it gonna be at 37, 38, 7? Which still leaves him quite far off pace actually, so... What about Jorge? Alright, he's not on a lap, so... We'll have a look at Rob Small again. In his... Oh, and that is very deep. Which means that his lap is over. Jeremy is not on lap right now, but... What about Jack? It looks like he might be up on his time again. He's 1.2 ahead of Jeremy so far with a 36.2. Could we see Jack reaching down in the 35s? Unfortunately, Marshall, yeah, not the biggest turnout today. You Mong. I just couldn't resist myself. Jack coming into the second to last corner. If he doesn't do anything really badly right now, it looks like he's gonna be sitting at 35. But what exactly is it gonna be at 35? 8 and almost a 4 tenths improvement. Whoa, 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 language, Marshall. And Jack right now, almost 1.6 seconds ahead of Jeremy. He's on an out lap. Osprey just gone into the pit. What about Rob? It's 4 minutes left of quali. Can we see anyone beat Jack's lap now? I would say that I highly doubt it as it is. Oh my god, Marshall. Get up in the attic again. Rob Smolden. Can he improve his time? Into this fast left-hander, which is gonna go into right-hander. No, Marshall. Into the second to last corner. And into the pit, so that was Is this Fortnite? No, this is clearly not Fortnite. Jorge. Yes, it's Fortnite. It is not. Jorge is not an improvement. What about Fosbury? He's on an outlap. We'll follow Fosbury then, as this is probably going to be his last lap in quali. Heading into turn 1. Well, that is not a good turn 1, even I can see that. And it almost looks like that is not going to be an improvement with that corner he did there. Oh, it's definitely not Fortnite, no. You know me, Marshall, if this had anything to do with Fortnite, I would not be here. Ooh, as Jeremy has been able to push his down to the low 36s, but that is still quite far off Jack. Jared taking a really tight line in turn 4 there, or turn 5, depending on how you count the corners there. Yeah, I might be among Marshall, but you are too, so live with it. As Fosbury is gonna do a 37.9, which doesn't put him out many places. He might be going for one last one though, as we see Andre Pastana in the wall, so he's probably not gonna be improving in this quali. We however see that Jeremy is getting close to Jack's time. Can he beat it? Yeah, Marshall, funny one. And Jeremy, and that lap is not gonna count. What about Jack? Let's see if he is on another improvement here. Into the second last corner, it looks good. Might have been just a little too wide. Is it gonna be a 35? And it's actually a 35.6 and an improvement. Just showing that he will be the driver to be today. Well now boys, calm down now. Oh, there it came. Marshall, be a little nice to Jared. He needs it. As Jorge is the last. Oh, and that is a spin by Jorge. And I believe that will be quali over then, as everybody else is finished with their laps, I believe. Rob is finished. Jared is finished. Same with Andre, Jeremy, Jack. Yeah. And Jorge seems to be really struggling with his car right now. Well now, Jared, you be nice too. As we're getting into the race with Jack on pole, ahead of Jeremy, Andre, Jared, Fosbury, Rob Small and Jorge Correa. going, and it looks like a good start by Jeremy. Ooh, as Jeremy seems to have taken the lead into turn 1 with Jack on the outside. Oh no, and I think, well, Jack did put it on the grass, but he has, excuse me, Marshall, but he's managed to not lose too much time, although he is down in 5th position right now, and this is not how it's supposed to go for him. Ooh, and look at this one. That was an interesting one. Not exactly sure what happened there, but it looked like some lockups. And unfortunately for Rob Small and Jorge, they've been left at the back. Jack, on the other hand, seemed to get well through that and is up to 3rd again. Fosbury in 2nd at the moment. I, however, don't think Fosbury will be able to fight back with much against Jack. Oh, as Jack is already looking to be making the move on Fosbury, but is staying behind at the moment. Fosbury, Jack side by side, and it looks like Fosbury is just gonna let Jack go there. So we see Jack running a little wider, and he's now taking up the chase on Jeremy, and he seems to be catching quickly. Jack is really throwing that Ferrari around the corners as we always see him do. Jack now getting closer to Jeremy. What about, you can see that Jared has just been dropped by these two. So we can see that Rob is now up to 4th. Then we have Jorge Correa, and then we have Andre Pestana 2 seconds down behind there. And what about these two? And it looks like Jeremy's a little unsteady on the entry to the corner there, which gives Jack the possibility soon, as Jack is now close to Jeremy. And look at this. Ooh, it looks like Jack is going to go a little wide, but he's managing to keep it in the track actually, so. Ooh, and that was a little wide, and hopefully that won't be too harsh of a penalty if it is. As they're heading into the first corner, Jack is right behind Jeremy now, both clipping the curb a little, and it looks like Jack got a really bad exit there. And it looks like Jeremy has great straight line speed here, so. Oh, but look at that corner by Jack. Get him almost hitting Jeremy in the rear there. Just braking very late and very good, and he might be getting a move into turn 3 here now. He's gonna try it around the outside. He's gonna try the almighty switchback as he now goes to the inside, but that is also gonna turn out to be the outside in turn 4. And it's gonna be Jeremy in the lead still. While we can see that Fosbury is just losing more and more time, and Jeremy has gotten a slowdown penalty. That is not what he wants right now. And look at this, Jack is right on his tail right now, so it should. Ooh, as Jack is almost going for a dive into the second to last corner. And that Ferrari doesn't look as stable as the GTR, but certainly looks quick for Jack as they're going into the first corner now. Jack is trying to stay as close as possible to Jeremy. And he's gonna have a really good run at Jeremy now, being right on his bumper already. As we're heading up to turn 2, but it doesn't look like he's actually closing that much, so he might have to do it under braking. As we see Jeremy there being smart and getting rid of his penalty in the braking zone. However, Jack is still right on his tail, and Jack seems to be getting the inside line this time, and he will be getting past. And into turn 3, Jeremy will be trying the same thing as Jack tried, but it will not work for him either. Which means that Jack is back in the lead of the race after... Ooh, but look at Jeremy trying it on the inside there. Ooh, and he might actually... Nah, he's gonna stick it behind Jack right now then. Will Jeremy be able to come back at the long straight this lap though, as Jack has seemed very good in the last sector on this track. And look at this, he's just getting so much time through those corners that he should be safe for another lap now. Although, ooh, and look at that slide by the Ferrari. Also allowing Jeremy to catch right back up to him. And you can see it already that Jack is kinda going defensive. What will Jeremy do? He stays behind so far. And is it happening anything further down the field? Jared is kinda by himself. Rob is having a battle with Andre. And it's a bigger gap down to Jorge. Ooh, and look at Andre, he will try to go for it. Oh, but he's too late, and ooh, he almost loses the car in turn 3 there. No contact with Rob, just losing the back end under braking. Oh, and look at these two up front. Jeremy right on the tail of Jack here. Could we see a move before the last two corners? We won't, as Jeremy is not gonna be doing that. And Jack doesn't get the good launches out of the last corner this time, so Jeremy is really close as they're going into turn 1. And ooh, what a corner cut out of Jeremy there. Right on the bumper of Jack now, heading into turn 2. What will Jeremy do? Is he gonna go for the inside? And he's just behind Jack still. Side by side going down to turn 3. Is Jeremy gonna sling it down the inside again? He won't this time. He kind of wants to, but he just can't. And it's still Jack ahead. What about these two further down? And look at this. Jared must have made a mistake somewhere, as he's caught up by Rob and Andre. He could also just be struggling with his tires for that matter, as he's flashing his headlights like it's some kind of issue for him. Almost looks like it is too. Jeremy though on Jack, still right behind. Jeremy going really wide in the last corner, that might give him a slowdown. Ooh, as there is a bump between Jared and Rob, which then turns out to be a bump between Rob and Andre too. Jared can just keep on. Rob and Andre on the other hand lost a little time there, so they will have to do all the work to get back up to Jared. Jared on the other hand is almost 12 seconds behind the two leaders already, as there is really just two guys who's been really fighting for this championship. We had Aaron too, Aaron Timberlake, but he has just not shown up to enough races. That there is only the battle between the two. Front runners right now. Although it might look like Jack is pulling a little away right now. Just a little over 12 laps left, or a little under actually. Fosbury, will he be able to claim a podium here today? I think the man might have gotten his F1 car though. Could have given him an advantage to actually be able to challenge these two up front, as we see that Andre Pastana and Rob Small are both pitting now. See that Jeremy is clawing his way back up to Jack again, but it's still Jack in the lead, just ahead of Jeremy. Something happens now, I think it's gonna be down to the pit about who will win. Now we can see that there's really nobody else fighting right now. We might be getting a battle between Andre and Rob at some point. But until that, we are gonna stay on with these two as they keep going at each other. Jared right now in a land of his own, as I think he might Fosbury into the pit here. Well, look at Jeremy, he might be getting a run into turn 2 now. Will he dive it down the inside, or will he aim for the best exit, as he will not be diving it down the inside? He is, however, pressuring Jack to take a wider line, which, well, to be fair, that wider line might have actually just given Jack a better exit, so... see that after Jared's pit stop, he's still ahead of Andre and Rob. And Rob seems to have lost a lot of time to Andre, so I don't know if something's happened there, but it looks like there might have happened something. In the meantime, Jeremy is starting to lose a little to Jack. But it is hard to actually know what's happening right now, as you can see the gap going up and then going down and just keep on going like that. So it's gonna be hard until the pit stops, I believe. And as we are on lap 10, it should not be too long until the pit stops. As we've seen, I believe everyone except for the two front runners pit. Like this Jared out on fresh tires. Going to the end now, what can it do? I do not see anybody challenging the time Jack has set so far either. Oh, and look at this. Jeremy is starting to lose a lot of time to Jack now. He's almost 2.5 seconds behind Jack as they're in the second sector now, heading into the third sector, and you can see the gap just extending right now. So I don't know, it might look like Jack has been toying a little with Jeremy right now, but it could actually look like Jeremy has almost run out of fuel too, actually. Jack on the other hand is still going strong. Lap 11, just 8 more laps. Oh, and look at that slide into turn 1. What about Fosbury? How far behind Jeremy will he be after Jeremy's pit stop? Jeremy's still standing in the pit. Fosbury coming into the last corner now. Jeremy should be well ahead actually, as we can see that Jeremy is well ahead of Jared and on soft tires, fresh soft tires, so there should be no possibility for Jared of catching Jeremy right now. What about Jack though? It can't be long until he pits. Surely can't. His tires will have to be dead soon. As he's going into the second to last corner now, will he be pitting this lap? And he's diving into the pit. Question is then, where will he be against Jeremy? No, Marshall, not giving you your bread. Actually, my bread. Jeremy coming around the last 2 corners now. Where is Jack? He's still standing in the pit. To the last corner for Jeremy. And Jack is on his way out. It's gonna be close. And Jeremy has actually managed to get a slowdown penalty. And that is not gonna make it easy. But look at this though. Jack really exploited that extra lap. And got a 6-second lead down to Jeremy. He's also on fresh soft tires, and I believe that is win done by Jack. Marshall, you never saved anything in your life. Losing a little time now to Jeremy though, but I will just assume that is the cold tires making Jack struggle a little, but I think, and we can actually see already that Jack is starting to pull some of that time back. Oh, whoa, Marshall, Language? And we will be following Jack on this lap as he is now probably gonna make sure that he gets the fastest lap in this race. Heading into the first corner. It's Germany. Through the first corner, it looks like Jack gets a little unsteady on exit there. But he's taking time on Jeremy and his gap is up to 6 seconds again. Into the second corner, into a hard braking zone. But he just looks like he's on a mission. Although he actually might have lost a little time to Jeremy in that second corner. Jeremy obviously can still see Jack in the distance, wanting this win in the last race of the season. As it looks like Jack is losing a little time now. But now into these quick left-handers. We've seen it the whole race that Jack has been quick through here, and especially the last two corners too. And you can see him pulling that time to Jeremy back. Just the two last corners before he will be setting the fastest lap of the race, I believe. One more corner. And you can see him really attacking, but that is wide, and I think that might be a slowdown. It is a 5/10 slowdown. He gets the fastest lap though with a 35.7. Oh, and looking at this, Jeremy is on 2.8 seconds slowdown, so he's also pushing as much as he can to catch up to Jack, but he just can't, and you can see Jared way behind, struggling to try to keep up with these two. So we're on lap 40. But right now, as there is no battle up front, we're gonna have a look at the two Portuguese drivers who seems like they might have a small battle there now. Jorge against Andre. Jorge getting rid of some of that penalty in the braking zone there. But also Andre getting really close there. Will we see a move? I think Andre is a little too far behind for a move yet. And you can see Jorge trying to get the most out of his car now to be able to keep this position. And it looks like not the best line by Jorge. Ooh, but look at Andre. Very unstable on the exit of that fast left-hander. Into the last corner for Jorge. He's still holding his teammate off, and his teammate has actually dropped a little off, so well, he looks like he might be trying to get rid of his slowdown. Although it seems to not be going down, so I don't know what that's about. And you can see that up the road, Jack is still leading with around 7 seconds to Jeremy. Jeremy, who still has a few seconds of penalty to get rid of. And you can see that the two drivers up front are really putting in some good laps now, as Fosbury is just losing and losing. Ah, don't worry, Marshall, that's just Aaron. Or, well, Maybe you should be a little scared. And Andre, I'm not sure what's happening to Andre right now. He's going very slowly. As Jack has managed to pull the gap up to 8 seconds down to Jeremy now. With only 3 laps left, I don't think there's anything Jeremy can do about the race win today. Unfortunately for Jack though, I don't think it's anything he can do about the championship today, as Jeremy is still sitting comfortably in second. Nothing wrong with that, Marshall. It's Aaron. Come on, Marshall, last race of this season. Give us one last prediction on the last few laps there now. Look at the amount of time Jared is losing. He's almost 30 seconds behind Jeremy now. And I'm not sure, but it looks like Jorge might be catching on Jared. Interesting. Could it be that Jared has gone on the wrong tires? Or maybe he's gone on the softs and is trying to stretch them too long? I don't know, but he isn't looking good right now. And Andre, I'm not sure what's happening to him, unless he might have laid out actually. I know, Marshall, even though I know that you know that now, I'm probably gonna forget about it in a lap and actually do it. I guess we'll see. But look at this though, Jack is lapping Rob Small. And he's actually lost a lot of time to Jeremy while doing it, or either that or he's done a mistake. No matter, Jack is coming through the last corner. Another time and almost for the last time now. Just 2 laps left, this and next, and Jack. And Jack's actually done a 35.5, so he's actually improved his lap after the lap he did earlier, so he certainly looks like the quickest driver on track today. What about Jorge? And look at this, Jared seems to be struggling massively, as Jorge is now just a little under 2 seconds behind Jared. 2 laps left here. Could we get a battle between these two? In the meantime, Jeremy has almost caught up to Jack, so I don't know if it's if Jack's made a few mistakes or what's happened, but look at this though, Fosbury. But well, hold on a moment, Marshall. Weren't you German for a moment ago? You now Portuguese, is that what you're saying? Jorge 1.791 behind Jared. Jack still ahead of Jeremy, but not by much anymore. And Jorge's lost a little time to Jared now, so I don't know why. Oh my god, Marshall. I wish you never said that. Jack on his final lap. Not just of the race, but his final lap of the season. As we can see, Jorge getting a little closer to Jared again too. But right now, Jack is heading for another race win. On the other hand, Jeremy is heading for another championship title. And look at this, Jared is heading right into a bottle now. Jorge right behind. Oh my god, Marshall. Stay out of this, chat. As Jack just has 2 corners left now. And that is one into the last corner of the race and the season. It's gonna be a race win for the Nexus racing driver Jack as he's crossing the line. On the other hand, it is Jeremy who is the man of the hour, claiming another title. And then we are gonna be waiting for a little for Jared to actually pass the line, as he's almost 30 seconds down the road. As we can see that Rob has finished his race as he got lapped by the 2 front runners. Fosbury crossing the line, he looks happy today, so there we go, look at that one. And then we have Jorge, and I believe we're gonna see Jorge giving us some donuts. Well, I won't say anything to that. I like it. He did not catch Jared, so why not? And look at this, NSX making some beautiful donuts here. Oh well, be careful now, Jorge, so you don't get disqualified. And where is Andre? He's further down the road. And it looks like Jorge is done with his donuts. Just a little entertaining for the spectators now, as he's doing some 360s over the line. And thank you for that, Jorge. And it is Jack winning the race. The last race of the season. However, it's second place Jeremy who wins the title of the championship ahead of Jack. So a great season by them both. I don't think anyone being this close to take the title from Jeremy lately, so Jack had to go with him, and he was not far from succeeding. He did what he needed to do today. He needed maximum points today. He did get that with both fastest lap, pole position, race win. And well, if he is not getting driver of the day, then I have no idea who should get it. Jeremy, on the other hand, though, done a strong season, with especially his consistency being where it should. His pace might have looked a little off sometimes, but he always had the consistency there to finish with a decent amount of points, and in the end that was enough. As I can see that Jorge is saying congrats for champ, and I am guessing he is talking to Jeremy then. And by that, then the season is over. There is no more GR4 cars for a long period now. But there will be more GT racing coming soon, as there is the GR3 season getting started up again then. And yet another championship title for Jeremy to defend, so it'll be interesting to see. I know that we're gonna get some new drivers into that I think could be able to challenge him and Jack, as long as Jack still continues to race. I will certainly say that I hope Jack does, so we can see him and Jeremy having a crack at each other once again. But this season might be over, but the last race of the season for the IRL summer season, that will be F1 then in realistic cars, will be tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. So if you want to see some more action, then remember that and tune in tomorrow. That will be with Jared Fosbury on comms, our third place from this race today. I myself will be racing and I will be bottling as usual. I guess Marshall wanted to hear something like that, as the Hmong I am, so yeah. And with that, I am just gonna say that it's been a brilliant season. I think we can see Jorge doing some more donuts actually. Well, a great entertainer there. Well, thank you to everyone who's been watching today. Alright, I'll answer that before I go, Marshall. Well, tomorrow in the summer season it is Brazil, so we're ending it off on a classic historic track there. With that, thank you to everyone who's been watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more action, and good night to you all.